Check. That might turn into one. I don't think you got enough time, so be prepared for a little rain later on today, if not earlier. I will change the diagram so it can show you. I'll go to 10 days and then I'll switch it over to the hurricane view so you can see the hurricane view that this storm right here under us could invest into a hurricane. You feel me? But it didn't. This is out here, hurricane, it's gonna curve. So I'll be showing you that shortly. You feel me? I like tracking storms. Yeah, I like tracking storms. I did this in 4-H in Louisiana. Um, yeah. So don't let the news bamboozle you to panic on anything, but you do need to be aware that there are storms out there, and you need to know where they're heading. You know what I mean? Is it coming to you? Is it going to your kinfolk? Or shit like that. Excuse my mom this morning, but yeah. So the storm that we have under is called the Invest. Yeah. So this is an invest. What is an invest? An invest is a accumulating of clouds that is brewing up that could be a possibility that if this storm right here that I'm circling around stays in this hot water in the Gulf of America, if this stays in this hot water in the Gulf of America, you feel me? Yeah, it could turn out bad for these coasters right here. It could turn out real bad if this stays to brew. But it's not gonna stay to brew. Once it hit the land, then the land kills it down. But over here on this side, you feel me? That is a natural hurricane right there. And it might touch a little of Cuba. You know, it might touch a couple of things in this area. But it's the first time I ever seen America shoot a hurricane back, you know, towards the other side of the world. You feel me? So let's go to 10 days. All righty. So in 10 days, you see a different diagram in the satellite. In the satellite, in 10 days, is showing you what I just tell y'all. This Hurricane Aaron, she's going to hit a couple of these islands right here, but she's going to curve. She's going to go that way. Like I said, it's the first time I ever seen the States shoot one back. So you will see what I'm seeing throughout the days of this hurricane brewing. So, like I said, please do not let nobody tell you about weather when you could go track it. You feel me? And I tracked it on paper. I was taught how to track storms on paper. You feel me? But technology then got greater. So now I know, you know what I'm saying? Now I know how to use this technology. See, like I said, this storm right here is gonna curve and it's gonna come outward. Like I said, the first time I ever seen a storm get kicked out, like it bounces. It's like it's shade off this coast, and it's going backwards. So yeah, by next Friday, this will be clear air for this coast right here. That doesn't mean that Africa is not sending nothing. All right. We need to pay attention to Africa. Why? Because Africa is the continent that brews all these storms up overland. I don't understand that. I don't understand how you brew a storm overland and then kick it out and then it become a hurricane. You feel me? So you always pay attention to this track of weather that this for some reason it only floats through here. This is how you know when hurricanes gonna be brewed up and get shut off. Because it only floats through this little line right here. It's not even the equator line, I don't believe, but it floats right here. And then stuff, like I said, don't let nobody tell you about the storm. Go track it yourself. Listen to them. They know what they talking about. They went to school for it. But sometimes they be giving you like false hope. No, I gotta put this back on gals. Anyhow, back up. All right. So this right here, like I said, when you go and search and look and you looking on these radars, this right here could be a possibility. All it takes is some wind, some cool wind with hot water that could brew up to something. But since it's not, let's go back to our area. And I'm keeping it like right here so you can see both. Put it on the time of right now. This is from Thursday of last night. Like I said, don't let nobody lie to you, bro, just to get you all panic up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just saw for yourself that storm ain't gonna brew up. They don't have enough time. This storm right here do not have enough time to brew up and turn into a hurricane. Now, if Mother Nature want to be on some bullshit, excuse my mouth again. If Mother Nature want to be on some bullcorn, Mother Nature can sit here and stop this storm, but she got to stop it right now. She could stop this storm. You feel me? She could stop this storm, and it could become something. And it could become something dangerous, real fast, real fast. Now, if this invest was to turn into a storm, how much time you think we got? That's why you gotta stay prepared and be paying attention to these storms, man. That's why you gotta stay prepared for these storms. Now, since last night, see, that's all we gonna get. That's all we gonna get. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Let's bring it back. Whatever this is. Huh? It'll mess us up if Mother Nature get on her petty stuff. If Mother Nature become petty, you feel me? She could mess them up with us right now. So a lot of people that's in this area, they can't even get off that fast. This will most of the disaster will come unexpectedly because we're not all paying attention as a whole of what's going on. So I'm gonna press play again. And you can see, boom, right there. About 5 p.m. today, this storm is gonna be done. All that, and then it's crazy when a lot of people, oh, it's a hurricane out there. Where they say the hurricane at? Oh, they say the hurricane right there. They could possibly hit us and all that other stuff. Then y'all get to having that in conversation, and it's a whole lie. And then you at your job talking about it now. Your bosses and administration and got a whiff of it, so they go see something and then hear one thing. If you hear one thing saying, "Oh, isn't it real strong?" This and that. Now you panicking. Now you want to sit there and try to bring out alerts and shit like that. No, it's not how this work, man. But with me, I got to stay at my job. If this was a true hurricane, I would have to go to work. I would have to stay at my job. Yep, I would have to stay at my job, and it's on some false pretense. Real tough. On some false pretense. So around 4 o'clock today, this is what we gonna see. As you can see, for Galveston, let's keep that right there. Let's restart it over from last night, from 9 p.m. last night. See? No answers. Trust my own instincts. Trust my own instinct. So let's back up. Own instincts. So let's back up. What is dot at? This is what Galveston at. So alrighty. So here we go. And this is what it looks like as far as in what the clouds look like out there, right? So if, and I'm saying this, if you did get a report or a news report or they did come out and say something, they're not lying. I'm not saying that the news people are lying right now. It is a second possibility out there. It is. It is. But once it grew up, we don't know. We don't know. We can't predict Mother Nature. She a God. You can't predict what Mother Nature gonna do. All you can do is watch and prepare yourself and learn from it for upcoming storms that just pops up. You feel me? Look how it's brewing. Look how it's brewing. 12 a day. It's still out there. I'm saying, she, man, man, bro, this daughter so she's so cold with it, my man. She's so cold with it, bro. Mother Nature don't be playing, bro. Look at that. If that, like I keep telling y'all, man, if this storm right here was to stay in this, if that storm right there was to stay in the Gulf of America, come on now. If that storm was to stay in the Gulf of America, come on now. I didn't even know we had a comment. My bad. Bye. People be tripping me out. He talking about bye. Why you come in here to tell me bye? Bye. Boy, I'll be tripping. Nah, it just got better. Huh? Huh? Nah, it just got better. So like I was telling y'all, I'm gonna show y'all the traction of what's going on. So let's start from I think it's 10:30 10:30 last night. Yeah, there you go. So we starting at 10:30 last night. And this is why you see this red X right here, is because this is the possibility. You feel me? The possibility that that storm can turn into a hurricane. The possibility. The possibility. So if a hurricane really comes this way, trust me, can't get to no news or nothing. Galveston podcast gonna be here. Most of y'all won't even watch the news anyway. So the size of that thing though. No, pause. Look at the size of this storm. So we started saying thing correctly. We won't have to say pause. I just had to put that in there. Anyways, look at the size of the accumulation of this storm. Like I said, if this storm was to stay, if this storm was to stay in the Gulf of America, like say if the wind pattern changed, right? And Mother Nature say, you know what? I'm not gonna even shoot this on land. If she farts from this way, and I'm being funny by saying that so you can have some humor and understanding something, but if she even sneezes right here and it pushes it more in the Gulf right here, oh, that's a hurricane. And this is where it starts from. This is where it accumulates. If you didn't know, this is what it's called. It's called an invest. It's not even a tropical storm. So don't let nobody lie to you. Don't let nobody fool you. Hold the education of knowing. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was little. I was in 4-H in Louisiana. So, but I was tracking storms of personal views of standing outside, one, and tracking them. Once you get the coordinates of where it was at, you track it from where it was at to where it could go as far as it moving. You take the wind and you know what I'm saying? You add that in to understand. So right now, I'm telling y'all, there's no hurricane coming here. Not at the moment. The one that's that's in the Atlantic right now, that's not even coming this way. Period. This storm right here that I'm watching and we tracking right now, it is accumulating. It is trying to invest into one, but it's not enough. It need a little more. I think it needs a little more wind, to be honest, to add in there. It's accumulating that hot water though in the Gulf of America. It's accumulating that water like nothing. You feel me? But it's just right there. And once it hit land, it's supposed to hit land around 4 o'clock today. 5, quick rain. And that's even if Galveston even get wet of it. Galveston probably don't even get wet of it. Happy Friday to everybody though. Galveston at. This is what Galveston at. This is what we are. This is what is accumulating at. Yeah. So this is an invest storm that can flip at any time if it have time to brew. The brewing of it is too late. As you can see, by 12 o'clock today, it's just getting to its form. So there ain't nothing really like a thunderstorm or something. But it don't mean it don't have power, you know? That don't mean it ain't strong. That don't mean it can't move around and all that other stuff. That don't mean nothing of that. What that mean is we finna get some rain. It's too close to land one. So the energy of it is really not feeding like it's supposed to. Say if this invest was right here. This hypothetically. If it was right here, oh, for sure. Big hurricane. For sure. Type shit. So let's go. Let's go see what this talking about. There goes some truth for you right there. You see the difference of the brewing? You see what I'm saying? It's trying to get there. It really is. The Gulf of America is hot. It's trying to get there. It's not even a tropical depression. It's not even a tropical storm. So people get up in the morning, be hearing the news. Oh, it's a storm like that. Possibility could turn into a hurricane. Stay tuned. Hear more about it. Then when they come out of commercial and then they come tell you, oh, it's just an invest right now. So right now it looks like it's gonna weaken up, and once it hit land, it's gonna spread out. But if it would have had enough time up there, it would have turned into a hurricane. I think this sound like the news. See what this comment say. Yeah, sure. So invest on over here in the red with the egg. And let's get something straight too. Also, just because this curve right here, that don't mean that Mother Nature won't just change the course of wind. All this need is a little huh? All Mother Nature need to do with that hurricane is she do that. That's coming to the Gulf. But don't mean it ain't more out there brewing. Instead, you have to pay attention to Africa. See this? I see all this that's coming across. These gonna be some bad motherfuckers, man. Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. These from this message shit like see when shit like this brewing up and it get to this coast, it can make it to this coast and don't die off. That shit right there, you gotta watch, man. It's gonna brew in that hot water. That's gonna brew. No, I don't want to be a weatherman. No, I didn't go to school to watch weather. It's just a hobby to pick up as a human. That means my ancestors or whoever my ancestor is probably was cultural of watching weather and stuff like that because I really like it. Like, and I take that grain of salt. What is that grain of salt? I take that grain of salt with the news tell me. You feel me? if they tell me, "Oh, it's a storm out there we're watching right now," it could be a possibility. Oh, that just revs me up. You feel me? That really revs me up. So when I hear that, I run to the studio, run to the office. You feel me? I run to the office, I come in here, and I sit here and calculate. Because, like I said, I did this when I was younger on paper. Technology just made me greater, and thank God of my social media work I do. Uh, I'm advanced to give out news and things like that. So, like I said, don't let the news bamboozle you. They're not lying. They're just not giving you the whole truth on certain things. And some of it is to scare you for views. It's like a clickbait. You feel me? What I mean by clickbait is like they tell you off top, oh, there's two storms out there. There's one possibly that could hit Texas or some stuff like that. Stay tuned and watch the news and that. And you're sitting there watching them commercials, sitting there waiting, or probably thumb surfing on your phone real quick till the news come back on. And then when they come back on, they didn't blew all that smoke up your ass and told you that it's a storm here and there's a possibility that. And then when they tell you, oh, but this might weaken up the one by Texas. At first they told you like it was just like it was just really for they do something to us. Then when they get to you, when they got you where they know they got you still sitting there waiting on, then they come back and tell you, oh, it ain't too much of nothing there. Ain't do too much of nothing. Happy Friday to everybody though. So, oh, you watching it now, you watching it later. This is just an hour broadcast for breaking news of it's something brewing in the Gulf of America, but it's not coming to us, especially you Galvestonians. I know some of y'all on vacation. Probably deserve it from your job too, but it ain't going down like that. But it didn't brew up. It didn't brew up like it's supposed to. Happy birthday, Joe. Love you. Happy birthday, Joe. Okay. But but so be prepared for a little rain. All this evening though. That joke out there is something else, man. This one ain't playing at all. It's gonna fuck something up over here. Appreciate y'all with this break. Appreciate y'all with this breaking news of the weather. Any storm out there, I'm chasing it. You feel me? So appreciate y'all tuning in. If you ain't, keep up with the update. It's a hurricane out there. It's a disturbance right here. It ain't too much over here to bother us. So happy Friday. Continue weekend. Let's go.
Tired of doing the same thing. Let's get this straight. I gotta say, we not have-nots. My time, don't waste. Tattoos, goatee, they don't mean a thing to me. You ain't no judge, so don't judge me. This is how I carry myself. They ain't teach me nothing, I don't know nothing. This is how I carry myself. They ain't teach me nothing, I don't know nothing else. Business, I take care of that there. Else it was spills, I don't like that there. No hustle, it's very sour. Mojo hustle, Austin Powers, bring it in by the hour. I ain't fucking with these grams. I distribute it. I ain't hustling for an outfit. She ain't my type, she ain't gonna fit. Majority of these niggas are counterfeit. Right, stay on top of it. Survived off these eggs and grits. Thankful, some ain't have shit. That's relevant. So I count a blessing. Pray more than less stressing. Heading in the right direction. Stand up when the devil tests me.